Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the We Got Y'all podcast. I am your girl, Ray P, back for another one. Of course, I am not alone. I am here with the consummate co-counsel. The Clyde to my Bonnie, my road dog, Kyron Richardson, aka K Rich. What's going on, friend?
Not too much. You know what I feel like? Anytime you give me those incredible intros,
Mhm.
you know what I want to say to somebody? Don't fucking talk to me like I'm some nigga off the street. I'm Ozzie fucking Edwards, baby. Ozzie fucking Edwards. Hey, don't talk to me like I'm some nigga off the street. Is crazy, especially coming from Ozzie. That's hilarious to me.
That's
Um,
how I talk to niggas. No. Just kidding.
Rachel, like I don't give a damn if the ring is recording or not. You heard me.
Yeah, quit
You
playing.
heard me.
But
But we back. We
we
back. Welcome
back.
to another episode of We Got Y'all.
Mhm.
Covering Reasonable Doubt, Season 3, Episode 5. Want to thank y'all for tuning in as always. Please remember to like, subscribe, share. This episode is titled Threat. One of my favorite Jay-Z songs
Is
off the
it?
Black Album. Absolutely. He
Mm.
bodied this, especially those first three verses. Cedric the Entertainer doing the voiceover. But yeah, track 7, Black Album, Threat. It's my shit. The episode was
Yeah,
directed by Amy Aniobi. Shout out to her. If you watch Insecure, you know she was all over Insecure. Held many different roles there. And
for
written by
sure.
Lloyd A. Webb. Synopsis: Ozzie's high stake murder trial kicks off, culminating in the prosecution calling a bombshell witness. Lewis teams up with Daniel to dig into Eddie's past. Before I get your opening thoughts on the episode, I do just want to let someone know something real quick. Shout out to our homegirl Portia.
Hi, what up, P?
When I tell y'all I have been harassed with voice notes and text messages telling me about how Lewis is everything but a child of God.
My
I've
lord.
been trying to have, I don't know, something about them L's, man. Something about them L's. You got Lewis, you had Lawrence, Insecure.
Hmm.
You know, I ride for my dogs and they always disappoint me because Lewis, this episode, was doing some unexplainable sucker shit.
For sure.
Like, I
He can't
strongly
really
believe,
catch up.
I've always said this, and anybody, anytime I'm thinking about doing something dumb, I envision myself telling someone,
Hmm.
and that saves me from doing so much dumb shit. Because sometimes when you say out loud what you plan on doing, and you envision talking to someone that you know trust and respect,
Hmm.
and you imagine the look on their face after you said what you said, you really recalibrate things.
Hmm.
Because Lewis, like you out here putting trackers, we'll get into it. You're doing a lot, Lewis. You look bad. You look crazy out here in these streets.
For sure.
You look like what Eddie told you were. A whole ass sucker.
I was gonna say a pussy ass bitch, but I don't
I
think
was trying to keep
anything.
it nice I was trying to keep it nice for my dog, but there is no more nice, man. That shit was nasty. That shit was pretty
Yeah,
disgusting. But
yeah.
outside of
Mhm.
that, what were your overall thoughts on episode 5?
I enjoyed this episode. I didn't have as many told y'all so's as last week, but here we are. I do think we got some clues, and I am still holding fast to some of those thoughts.
I think you have one told you so. At least I'm convinced. Kristen, summing up.
Oh, she's definitely nuts. She's definitely nuts too.
Summing
We'll
up.
get there. I enjoyed this episode, to say the least. Again, not necessarily better than last week, but very good nonetheless. We got a lot of answers. We saw a lot of things, and one thing that we definitely know for sure is that hoes need hugs too. That is
To
just
the
a
haters.
that's a fact. That's a fact. So here we are. This opens with Jackson Court. Jax is a badass in court. We know that. This episode showed us multiple times why her name is on the door, why she gets top billing, why she is the HBIC, because she does the things and she knows the things. To your point, Ozzie motherfucking Edwards, again in court, they tried to paint Ozzie as violent, and these child actors be having some things to them, and so here we've already
Hey,
learned that Ozzie's experienced the abuse of it all. We already know that he's on drugs, going through withdrawal. We already know he's a crackhead, you know? So we're dealing with the ramifications of all of that, you know? To your point, Kristen got some things. Kristen is playing the fuck out of Daniel, and
It's sad. It's
I
crazy.
hate it for Daniel because you don't even damn Daniel, like she said, you know. And shout out to that callback, but it's unfortunate that he, as somebody who seemingly does not get women, here you are getting this little taste, and it's got your senses off. You're not using with your big head or the head on your shoulders. I don't know. So you've got to do that. We see reconciliation with Jackson, Sally. The girls are together again. Hopefully we get more girlfriend moments. And then our guy Lewis. I was tough on Lewis last week, so I'm gonna do my best not to go in on him too hard, even though, to your point, we saw him doing sucker shit. And I'm trying to watch that sucker word to Mark Lamont Hill.
Oh shit. Yeah, my bad, Mark. Yeah, Mark got everybody shook to say the word sucker.
I don't know. I don't want to have to come to blows behind it. But this episode had a lot going on, lots of moving pieces. And again, I didn't even mention the Monica of it all and her destroying evidence, because I told y'all niggas that her hands ain't clean neither. And if she didn't do it,
you're 100% right. 100% right. There is outside of our main talking points, there was a lot of just miscellaneous stuff going on. Where do you want to start this episode? How do you want to get into it?
Let's actually start with Lewis.
All right. Yeah, let's get it out the way. It was a rough episode. Not a lot of going on for Lewis, but it's rough. So many factors that play into this. I don't know if Lewis either don't know, don't show, don't care
about what's going on in the hood.
Yeah, what's going on with him in his marriage? Because he's just violating on so many different occasions. And here's what I mean. Not only him, we also going to talk about Daniel. Daniel's playing and he's coloring outside the lines way too much, especially when it comes to Jax.
He's going to get fired.
Everybody, he's got to. He's got to. You're sleeping with Kristen, and you helping Lewis with this project, whatever you want to call it. So Lewis meets with Daniel behind Jack's back. I want to keep reiterating that because it's one thing to meet with the PI. It's another to meet with the PI that your wife exclusively uses for real cases.
For sure.
Like my nigga, even if she was in some alternate, even if in some alternate universe, she was okay with this, you have to do it right now.
Yeah.
When I'm literally in the middle of a high profile case. Like he is busy. Like he's way too busy to be helping you out with this whole trackers and trying to get Eddie caught up. But either way, he's trying to dig up some intel on Eddie. Says with a straight face that I want to borrow a tracker to put on his phone and follow him. This was hilarious, and Daniel's response was warranted just because, bruh, you're not a real investigator. Like, actually, that's usually my third, maybe fourth step. We don't go straight to trackers. There's a lot of work that you got to put in here first. Later in the episode, we see him meet, and he says he thinks that and says that he thinks that Eddie's relapse. Don't know where he got that from, other than Eddie just being out on the scene.
Proof. No proof. Nothing other than him kicking it with somebody, a bandmate at that, going into a house.
Yeah, so we literally just had this conversation on Another Week in the Books where sometimes it's okay to assume or look at the other possibilities of what could be going on. It could save you from having egg on your face.
For sure.
If you're so sure about something with no evidence, chances are you might be wrong and you might look dumb. Let's sit down. You said if you're a real friend and your man's comes to you or your girl comes to you with some dumb shit, the first thing you should do as a real friend is say, hey, let's look at it from a couple different angles. Let's just see if this is what it is. Because for you to really sit down with another straight face and say you think he's relapsed with zero proof, you can't take your emotion out of this. and that's a problem. And Daniel should be able to see that. Daniel should have been out as soon as he said, "I don't want Jax to know." She employs me, my nigga. This is a conflict of interest.
But here's the thing. Daniel was already keeping something from Jax. So again, how you do one thing is how you do everything. I don't mind keeping secrets because I've already proven I'm keeping a secret of me and whatever Kristen have going on. I'm telling you some shit, but I ain't telling you all the shit that I've discovered at this house. I've not told you everything that I've seen with my investigative eye while I should have been babysitting. So here I am. And so even though Lewis doesn't know that, this is why it's okay for Lewis to come to him with this shit, because I'm already keeping secrets. I'm already keeping something to the chest that I should 1000% be sharing with my employer. Now, Lewis is definitely on some bullshit, and he is still reeling from Eddie, my man, getting him together last week. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he can't take his emotions out of it. You're still feeling some kind of way. You're still upset. You're still seething and reeling from the reality check that you very much needed. And clearly it wasn't good enough because you on some bullshit. You have no evidence or no real reason to believe that Eddie has relapsed. Now, could somebody say Eddie's sitting in this dirty ass hotel room? Might be some funny shit. Could be. Or he could just be a dirty nigga. I don't know. He's a musician, you know, who's been on drugs. Like, not to stereotype, but shout a shrug.
Probability is likely.
Yeah, so I don't know. It was just very interesting to me. And again, we were rough on Eddie last week, but it was warranted. And all you're doing is proving the viewership right who are not Team Eddie. Again, shout out to Portia.
Lewis, you mean?
I mean Lewis, yeah, of course, Lewis, not Eddie.
Chip and Corey. Say Chip and Corey. I don't want to get into the whole deep of it. As a man, I don't want to get that deep into it, but seriously, Lewis, have you not thought about how this is going to look with you running to Jackson? Jackson, she already in past seasons thought you was a sucker. Her dad think you would. Let me stop saying sucker. Stop talking my hip. She think you a punk.
Yeah.
She don't think you all that. In certain cases, obviously they're in a great space now, but to run into my dad hurt your feelings so bad that you went and did some investigative work. You in there took his phone and taking pictures, snapping pictures. See, if you squint your eyes and zoom in right there, that's your dad right there with a pipe. Like, bruh, you look crazy. I'm sorry, you just look crazy. I don't understand how you think this is cool or this is gonna. You gotta know your wife, bruh. You got to know your wife is not going for any of this.
But this what happens when you don't have your own business. You fucking up the job. You fucking up at the job behind old boy. Your other baby mama's child has gone on to glory. You ain't babysitting. You ain't taking care of your seed. Naima with the babysitter. You don't have anything to do. So now you're with my daddy business. And I don't mind. It's a devil's playground, a workshop, whatever you subscribe to. Lewis has too much time on his hands and he needs to be sitting at the computer working on some coding. That's what he needs to be doing versus following Big Eddie around. And I pray that Eddie has not relapsed because I don't want to give Lewis the satisfaction.
Yeah, nah, I think Eddie good. I want Eddie to catch Lewis
spying on him. Me too. Oh yeah, me too.
Oh, he put a track on his car. That's crazy. That's insane. And I feel like it would have been a little bit more realistic just to put an air tag instead of asking Daniel. But once again, that just comes to the jack of it all. You just mentioned something that I had this written down on my notes because I'm confused.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it Naima?
Mm-hmm. Does she have a babysitter?
Why does she have a babysitter? How old is Naima?
12, 13.
She gotta be. She old enough to get arrested for shoplifting.
Yeah, she ain't 10.
She's too old for the. Can we agree she's too old for the babysitter, right?
Naima just got caught stealing. She can't be trusted.
The babysitter is insane.
The babysitter is insane.
Like when they said that shit, when Jack said that to her dad, I'm like, hold on, did I hear that right? They got another kid?
It's in glory.
Hey, it's like, why is she at? Yeah, anyway,
no,
either
she's
way.
too old. She's too old. But the only thing that justified it was she just got in trouble. So no, you actually can't sit at home by yourself.
All right, well, Louis, man, get your shit together, bro.
Please, you should be sitting at home with your child instead of following your father-in-law around.
Yeah, nah, that's real. I'm all right. I'm gonna chill on Louis for this episode. I'm done. But he sealed the deal for me this episode. I'm cool. Either way, let's talk about the Sally and Chris of it all.
Okay.
Because we know about the story, but it's really the first time it's being brought to the light this season. Mm-hmm. The first time we've seen Chris this season. Of course, Sally is one of Jackson's friends in the crew. Rachel mentioned earlier about how they made up, but Chris and Sally are still getting in as they know. Mm-hmm. And Chris mentions, hey, I want you to come over Mama D's for Thanksgiving. Sally, who was still wanted to make this work. What changed that? Happy to hear it. She saw we saw the smile on her face. But Chris says, hey, it's for the kids. I don't want the kids to be confused. I want to make sure everything's good. And this makes Sally realize, like, you know what? Do you want to make this marriage work? Yes or no? Mm-hmm. Ain't no maybe. I need a yes or no answer. Chris does not give a yes or no answer. He doesn't say no, but doesn't say yes. And that's enough for Sally to go ahead and serve those divorce papers, which I got to ask you, Rachel. Does she have Chris fucked up? Because we lost a house because you went behind my back, put it up for your friend who ran. Same friend who had the audacity to pull up on me now and asked me to do a favor when you're the reason I don't have my house anymore and you're making the decision to divorce me.
All those things can be true.
I might lose my shit.
But also, I'm sleeping with you. We are still entangled. You treat me like trash other than us sleeping together. If you don't want me, then don't talk to me. We can do what, if we're going to do it for the kids, let's do whatever for the kids. But we don't have to keep doing this back and forth. We don't have to keep telling me and showing me how bad you actually don't want me because of this. Yes, I fucked up. Less Sally fucking up. I'm actually more irritated with Chanel, and maybe I've gotten over it because Sally fucking up was last season. I think the audacity of Chanel to come, cousin or not, that's what would have had me crash the fuck out.
Are you talking about from Chris's point of view, or if you're Sally?
If I'm Chris.
Yeah. Nah, I'm losing my shit, bro. Stop
if
playing with
I am the first generation homeowner, first time homeowner, my first home, I'm keep reiterating this first. Don't come from, not a man of means. Didn't come from that. I get a home. My wife, again, goes against my better judgment, puts the house up for your bail, and you know this, and you try to run anyway. There's nothing you can tell me. You don't give a fuck about me. You don't give a fuck about my wife, your cousin. There's nothing you can say to me because I understand my wife's heart. And while I'm pissed that she did this, I'm actually mad as fuck that she did this. I understand it because I understand her and I know her heart, and that's your cousin. But you can't say shit to me ever. As long as I live as long as I'm Black, it's nothing else you can say to me.
Ever.
To then not just,
how you know where I stay?
that to not just come to where I'm laying my head, not my home that was mortgaged out, to come here and try to tell me how to be with or not be with my wife, whether what she said was right or not, you can't do that. I can listen to Jack's miserable ass can tell me some shit. You, Chanel, you can't say anything to me. And she's lucky Chris isn't violent because she might have got thumped for with a lesser nigga. I'm not advocating that. I'm just saying.
And man, those people exist. It's not make believe. People
Sure.
do those things, and yeah, that would have made me hot.
Yeah.
Pause, Chris. Don't.
So,
You're the reason I don't. Come on, man. Stop.
you're the sole, essentially the sole reason I don't have a house.
Yeah.
My wife
Actually,
did this, but she did it for you on behalf of you, and you knew that, and you played in our face.
did you think that you were gonna come over here and rile me up with some inspirational speech, and I was gonna have a light bulb moment and just say, you know what, you're right. I should go back to my wife. Like, there's nothing that was gonna. There's nothing good that was gonna come out of this conversation or from you pulling up. So don't pull up.
Yeah, but she had to ease her conscience
Yeah,
because
say that
I
shit.
know that this is my fault. I know that the demise, me and my husband's mess, has caused a demise of my cousin's marriage, his second, third. Like, she has to ease her conscience. You're getting divorced because of me. Because she protected
Man,
me, because that's what family does. I have to come say something to you. But no, the fuck you don't. Not
I'm
like
about to say you
this.
really don't.
Not like this. That other
Mhm.
basketball player, you don't got no money put up from somebody else. Buy me another house. If you want to make it right.
It's real.
It's otherwise, if you're not talking about that, you're not talking about shit to me. And we see that he was lightweight affected by what he said, by what she said. You in the bed, we've been getting it in. Okay, I want you to come for the kids because I am taking into consideration, like, I don't want to be vulgar or crass, but you are more than a whole. You are not a dumpster. You know what I'm saying? You are
Mm-hmm.
actually my wife and mother of my children. Maybe I don't need to just use you for your body when I need to get off. And I don't know, we having angry sex. So it feels different even in that capacity. Maybe we do need to think this, but if I'm Sally too, you're not doing it because you really want to work it out with me. I think you're
Mm-hmm.
settled in your decision. You don't mind sexing me up because we're having passionate, angry sex. It's familiar. It sure beats hiring someone or start getting some shit that's going to be whack in the end. I might as well get what I know and know what
Yeah,
to do with.
it's home.
It's home. But it also, if I'm Sally, you're not about to keep mistreating me. If you don't want me, shout out to Fantasia. Again, don't talk to me. We can just let it go. We can figure out the co-parenting of it all because on the other side, you can't keep browbeating me with this. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
it's fucked up. I've acknowledged it. It's nothing we can do. It's gone. We can buy it back,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know. There's nothing we can do at this current juncture. So you continuing to take out your frustration on me, take out your anger. I'm not about to sit here for that. I'm sorry. Yep, I fucked up. This is my fault. Chris and Michelle, blame it on me. Say it's my fault. I don't know what else to say here. So you can't say that you want me. You want this. Well, fine. I'll make the decision for you. So you can look at it as me having you fucked up, but no, I'm making the decision that you can't. And for whatever reason, if it's the love for the kids or not wanting to feel like a failure in another aspect, now first you lost your home, now you're losing your marriage. I'll make the decision.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are. That's it. It's a wrap.
Yeah. And shout out to Sally for having those papers ready because she knew.
Because
She
she
knew.
knew.
She was at the point.
It was the conversation at the dinner table with the girls getting back together. Shout out to her and Jax reconciling because they needed that. And that's the thing about friends. Like, they are a mirror. They'll tell you some shit that you don't want to hear. I roll. We fall out and we get back cool, like it is what it is.
Yeah.
We fall out and we make amends. Shout out to Beyonce, the Carters in general.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it is what it is. She don't have him fucked up like that. He got her fucked up too.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to take it away from Chris, even though the Chanel part was wild.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to do better. Now he understands it's real. It is what it is. We'll see if he kind of tries to creep back. Maybe. I don't know. I don't see
I'm
that
not that
happening. But
invested.
yeah, we'll see if that happens. I don't know. It's probably a reason why we're only getting him in episode 5, which is the halfway mark of the season. Let's talk about Kristen.
Okay.
Get into Kristen a little bit. I just found out the actress who plays her is from Cincinnati.
Shout out
Shout out
to
to Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, the
Share
nasty
that.
Maddie.
Share that with Rachel. But Kristen is getting calls from fuck no in her phone.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel peeps because Daniel peeps everything. So you love the contact.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel peeps it. Once again, I don't really trust Kristen because everything that's going on. And she's trying to seduce Daniel. Anytime Daniel asks some questions or gets closer to unveiling some truth or having some vulnerability, she tries to seduce him. Kisses him. Once he comes over, stops the conversation short and just kind of gets down to it. He told her that he knows who fuck no is. And we find out who he is. That's Alex, which we obviously seen Ozzie have a phone call with Alex. Alex pulls up to Kristen's home because it doesn't look like the condo. Pulls up to the home, needs $100,000 to skip town. We learned that he's already received $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the money, or I'm calling this prosecutor back, and I'm leaking this home video, which we're not even sure what this home video is.
Yeah.
But he definitely wants to talk to the prosecutor, which he ends up doing. Well, before we even get into that and get into the whole Alex court and Jackson's kind of tearing things apart, what are your thoughts on Kristen right now where things stand? Because remember, she's playing the I'm very much single, hopefully not for long card with Daniel. But we've also seen Ozzie tell her, like, this dude's on my legal team. Yeah, you're not about to just chew him up and spit him out when you get bored with him like you do all your dudes. So we know Kristen is definitely deflecting. What do you think about her? I guess her intention. Like, how deep does this go for Kristen? Let me ask you like that. How deep does this go? Is it possible she actually killed Wendy? Or is there just so much more that they just don't know?
It's always a possibility for me that Kristen killed Wendy. And Monica was there. Like there's always that for me. Yeah. Kristen has her own Arrested Development. Again, we talked about it briefly last week. When you are the sibling of the star and you are the heir and the spare, you are the spare child, that creates a lot of dare I say mental issues, a lot of insecurities, a lot of things within you. And so we see Kristen navigating that. We see Kristen who discards men. We see that. We see her utilizing her sex appeal and her feminine energy to manipulate Daniel. She's marked Daniel. I'm going to use him and whatever we have going on to also siphon information. She doesn't know that they're using each other. Even though I don't think he's using her. He genuinely likes whatever this is, but also there is an element of my job that I am still supposed to be doing here. So you have that aspect of it. Kristen is tricky. She was definitely sleeping also with Alex as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, because that doesn't just put you, that's you being my brother's drug dealer is not a fuck no contact. This is some sort of other relationship that has soured. And he says, I thought you were the one with some sense. So whatever, we could have gone our separate ways, and that just is what it is. But for a fuck no, that's not just money. I'm paying you, so I gotta give you the money. I've probably given you the draws too. And by
It's
probably,
something.
I mean definitely.
You're probably right. By probably, I mean definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even think about that, but I always just tied it in as he has some kind of dirt on her. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what it is, but he has something. Because in no way,
She buys the
well,
drugs from him.
not only, but once again, that's not a fuck no, in my opinion.
Exactly.
I'm wondering if she asked, how'd you go through 10K already? Did she provide that 10K or did the family provide that 10K? By the family, I mean Ozzie. Does Ozzie think it's best to kind of keep this dude quiet? I'm gonna offer him 10K, or is that something that you think she did? Because if she did, then that definitely solidifies that they had something going on to some degree, that mischievous shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm, what does Kristen do that she would have a liquid 10K to give?
Allowance, maybe. I'm sure that Ozzie's broken her off with something. I would like to think that she's not asking Ozzie for every little thing, so she probably has a set amount. She either gets yearly, monthly, whatever the case is, that she probably cut him off with or
Uh,
broke him off with.
yeah, I mean, maybe because we're not
Yeah,
in
that's my
that
assumption.
financial status, but 10K is a lot of money, especially if you are not the high earner. That's a lot to just give. So I mean, I think the 10K, this is Ozzie's drug money.
Mm.
I'm gonna give it to you. You do whatever. This is for your silence. This is for whatever. There you go. I don't think there's anything. I don't think that speaks to their relationship at all. Um,
Okay.
Kristen and Alex. That fuck no, that speaks to their relationship for me. Alex in court and the body language of it all, her reaction. This is definitely somebody that you are sleeping with, slept with. It's gone sour. You done drug my brother to death, gave us some bad shit. Now you lying on the stand, like it's just proving the fuck nigga of it all. So I think it's more so that than anything. Thoughts on Kristen? Tricky, not to be
Did you
trusted.
have? Yeah, definitely not to be trusted. And if you didn't know beforehand, you can definitely tell this episode. Did you
Mhm.
have any thoughts on Alex in court? Like, for me, they built him up as a star witness, and Jax. I don't know if this was just to show how raw Jax is. Pretty much debunked all that shit. She even told Ozzie, "You're welcome. Like, get this
Mhm.
dude up out of here."
Yeah.
And even the prosecutor goes in his office and tears it up and smashes things because he's upset that his star witness didn't go over his plan. Was there anything that you wanted to comment on when it comes to that? Because there wasn't really much. I was expecting a little bit more, given that he was the one that was going to turn the case around.
Really, I actually thoroughly enjoyed the court scenes with
No,
Alex.
I'll go ahead. I was about to say I love the court scenes in general. Just I didn't
Mhm.
think that. I thought it was going to be a lot more damning to Ozzie than what it was.
It is nothing that Alex could say because he's a liar. He's already perjured himself. Here's the thing: when you get immunity, when you've done wrongdoing, Alex came to Kristen because he wanted to skip town. The prosecutor had already been trying to get in touch with Alex. We knew that we've known for 2 episodes that Alex was with Ozzie. We knew that that is where the drugs came from. None of this is new information to us, the viewing audience. The only thing that was new was why are you trying to get away now? So here we are. You weren't answering the prosecutor. And now when I say I don't have $100,000 for you, now you turn up and you were trying to keep your nose clean because you are a drug dealer. You were trying to stay out of the press, out of all of it. And now when I don't have extra money for you to get out of town and get away and escape any possible implications in this, now you want to go and make a deal. There is something to be said about that. here we are in court. The prosecutor, you think this is your golden goose because here is somebody else, although he hasn't worked in 10 years, he's also an actor. So I can come in here and I can sell you whatever. He's probably seen whatever footage of the home video of Ozzie in the house. And again, we know Ozzie was high out of his damn head. What am I doing in the house besides being high? Yes, this is embarrassing and I don't want the public to see me because murder trial aside, I do still have a squeaky clean image, despite me being painted as a violent person, despite me now, everybody know I do drugs. Now everybody know I be talking shit. Like, that is not the image that I have. It's not a young crashed out, even though that's what he is. That's not what the people know prior to this whole court and court debacle. Yeah, the whole lawsuit or murder trial of it all, not lawsuit. So here's Alex, ready to lie. But here's Jax, ready to catch that shit. And again, we talked last week about the trust that Ozzie has for Jax. And just to write on that notepad, he's fucking lying. And I believe that he was fucking lying. And Jax is like, I know. I'm already knowing what's up. And so here she comes and we watch her masterfully break down this case, break down the alibi of it all. You were with him. He was high. You didn't check on him. You didn't know he was so high, but then he was capacitated enough to murder somebody. You drove him and you thought that that was the right thing to do. Somebody high off their mind. What are we talking about here? You perjured yourself. You cut a deal for immunity. So we know that you are the drug dealer. We know that you're used to this. You don't have shit else going on. And so now here you are. Alex should have kept his ass out of it or just been the initial alibi that Ozzie asked him to be in the first place, because now you look nuts out here. And the prosecutor, he's not as good as Jax. That's why he's trying to find out her weak spots. You're trying to do all of the things. You never win when you play dirty. Shout out to Nene Leakes. Now you're tearing your office up because you're losing in court. You're losing ground. You're losing the favor of the jury. That was key for me. So we know just in the nature of the show, Ozzie's going to get off. Now it's just proving who actually did this, and what ramifications that has for the family, the team, and the other prosecutor.
Yeah, all well said. Because there's going to be a couple of things that go on. Either A, this trial isn't going to last as long. Like it's not going to last the duration or for the remainder of the season. So maybe it's over in episode 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Then the last 2 episodes are them kind of uncovering a lot of other stuff, or the trial is literally just getting underway, as we see in this episode, and there's going to be another bombshell that comes out.
For sure.
It just seems too easy. And I guess it wasn't that Alex was going to be the star witness. It was that the prosecutor was banking on this to be his star witness. So that's when I'm like, there's got to be something else if you really plan on taking him down. And I'm wondering who or what that will be. I'm not really sure. Because Jax, there's a lot of people that got up on that stand and they got him up out of there.
For sure.
There was a doctor who called Ozzie a dickhead on Twitter. There was I forget her name, Wendy's assistant, played by Cash Doll, who was telling people, hey, these my clients, like y'all work for me. I'm taking over the business. 3 days after, it's crazy. I'm taking over the business, all of that. So I don't know how that's going to play out or what the big news is going to be. I don't see that angle yet. Because right now it seems clear cut that Ozzie's going to get off. But there's got to be a little bit more, for lack of better terms, more of a trial here.
Yeah.
Like, there's got to be some trials and tribulations for him in this course, and I'm wondering what those are. And Daniel's going to find out. Daniel's digging. Maybe it's the Monica of it all. I don't know.
Well, in regards to Monica, when Ozzie calls her after the trial, so here's the thing, even with like abuse and Stockholm syndrome, and that's what we can only know Ozzie to have, because despite it all, you are endeared to Monica. She's been around. She's always always been around, always gonna be around from what it's looking like. He
Mm-hmm.
calls her because that is a safe space for all intents and purposes, despite it being some bullshit and not the truth. She is safe for him. I'm calling you because I need to talk through this shit. You are who I talk to. You are who I share my intimate thoughts and experiences with. And here's Monica burning a bloody sweatshirt. Doing what? Protecting you. Mind you, Jax confronts Monica earlier in the
Mm-hmm.
episode after Ozzie so much as admits that Monica is his assailant, or abuser. What did you think of the Jax and Monica interaction?
It was definitely personal, which I guess the most important part is understandable. Like,
Mm-hmm.
for Jax to see an abuser, know that she's an abuser, and protect her client, protect somebody that she cares about in Ozzie, even if it is on a client basis. Obviously, it's personal because she's going through it herself, and she wanted somebody to stand up for her the way she's standing up for Ozzie.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she genuinely thinks it's sick, genuinely thinks it's disgusting that
For sure.
not only what you're doing, but you don't even see the harm that you've done to Ozzie. You don't even know the kind of pain that you've caused him. Like, you're in your own world and you really think that everything's okay. And it's really not. And Monica tries to defend her actions.
Mm-hmm.
She really tries to defend, you don't know who's out there on the road. All these girls trying to have him put a baby in them. I'm there to take care of all of his needs. Like, so she's delusional. She's out of it. She's
Crazy.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I thought it was interesting when Jax accused her of killing Wendy, and she scoffed. Like, what? I wouldn't do that. And I'll be real. I believe her. I
Okay.
believe her. I don't think she killed her. Whose clothes those were, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, we know reasonable doubt. They're not going to give it to us that easy.
Yeah.
She's definitely protecting Ozzie, but is it from Ozzie or is it from something else? Somebody else close to Ozzie? I don't know. Once again, we talked about Kristen. Even that's a little bit skeptical right now.
It might
But
be that damn mama.
it could be. It could be a parent. I could see that. Mama seems like a good suspect. But here's the thing that I want to talk to you about, Rachel. When you
Yeah.
talked about the interaction between Monica and Jax. Is Monica flipping things on Jax? At least I know who I am. At least I'm honest about my shit. Because Jax, I don't know if you are. When we met you at first trying to retain counsel, you couldn't even get through appetizers. That's how bored you were. But as soon as you found out this was going to be a murder trial, that's when you perked up. That's when you got involved. That's when your eyes lit up. There's got to be a monster in you that likes all this shit. Got to be a monster in you. You just as guilty as the rest of us. You just do it differently. So how dare you come down and say this, that, and the third? More money, more respect. We both need Ozzie. At least I'm keeping it a buck about it.
But we don't though. I got other clients. I got other motions.
Yeah.
That was Monica turning some shit. You trying to turn it all on me. That was Monica turning that all on her. Not being able to confront her own bullshit. Because here's the reality. Jax, we've already established how she is the HBIC. Jax is that girl. Name on the door.
Mm-hmm.
You coming in with me about an ex-girlfriend that you want me to break up with. This is not really worth my time. This is a junior partner, some shit case. This is not that big to me. It's not that deep. Not because I need Ozzie to make me famous or to keep my name out there. My name rings bells already.
Yeah, that's
the
real.
murder of it all is in line with what the fuck I be doing. I take big cases. What you're talking about, you want to keep this ex-girlfriend quiet and do an NDA. Who gives a fuck? This This is chump change. You
Yeah.
could get literally, and you could get a summer associate to type you up some shit to do that. But this murder trial, that is what I do. And yes, there is something twisted in me that does like that shit. Okay. But what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? You trying to turn it on me. This is your shit, bitch. You the one that was fucking a 13-year-old. Not me. Cause I like a murder trial. I like a little drama. Bitch, you're a
Right.
predator. That is not the same. Don't ever try to put us on the same level. No, my monstrosity and yours are totally different. I'm a fucking dog. Bitch, you're a beast. Don't do that. We are not the
That's some real
same.
shit.
We are not
That's some
the
real
same.
shit.
Pause.
And
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and just I talked about it being personal for Jax. We saw earlier also just her talking to Ozzie, trying to confirm. Once she got Ozzie to slip up and confirm it was Monica, doesn't even understand, asking like, why are you even still around her? Like, what is going on? What y'all got going? So Jax is the one that's pushing, like, yeah, we need to talk about this. And we need to actually get this. And she wants to help out. And once again, it's spilling over. But I agree with you 100% in regard to how'd you get there? Yeah. Like, Monica, how'd you get there? Like, how'd you really try to, like, did you really just try to do that?
Trying to justify your own shit. Ma'am.
To quote John Starks, this dude just did that. Insane. So Monica, I don't know. We'll see. I'm just curious about who it was that actually committed this murder. We still got 5 episodes to go for that. Let's get into the Jax of it all, because there really wasn't much about Ozzie other than this Monica situation and him being on trial. So Jax is the last domino
for sure
of the episode. I want to ask you about the park.
When I told you, is that the I told you so?
Yeah, with Mama Lou. Yeah, so Mama Lou's at the park with her friends, and Jax meets her and wants to know, like, why are you spilling my business to Eddie? Mama said he ain't no stranger. He wants to know what's going on. Right. Mama Lou always got an excuse.
When it comes to these men, she is so male-centered.
She is very much so. Very much so. And I feel Jax on this, because if Eddie wants to know something about me, Eddie can ask me, and I'll tell him what I want him to know.
Yeah.
And on top of that, while you out here pillow talking, word to Ray P, because Ray P said Mama Lou was out here still. You know what I mean? Whatever y'all got going on, did you tell him the whole story? Did you tell him about Paul?
Didn't.
You tell him everything? Oh, no, I know you didn't, because why would you? So if you're going to tell it all. Which I feel Jax on that 100%. Mama Lou had a response pretty much like, hey, you blame me for a lot of shit. You make grown-ass mistakes too. A lot of stuff that is going on in your life that I had nothing to do with. Your husband out here sleeping, to quote Eddie, with the bitch from PTA. All this other stuff that's coming in your life, that's not anything that I had to do with. And you love to blame me for it. One day I ain't gonna be here to blame, and I don't know what you're gonna do then. Matter of fact, Lewis ain't just come to Eddie to talk. Lewis had his chest poked out too and got checked.
Period.
But what did Lewis say? Oh, like you said, that ain't my business. Go ask your husband. Because I'm out of it now. I'm out of it. This whole scene, this back and forth. Did you see one side having more of a point than the other? And what was just your thoughts between the interaction between mother and daughter?
No. I guess Jax had the bigger point, because Jax is absolutely right. And like I told y'all last week, I knew that she was going to say something to Mama Lou, and as she should have, because you let this man in my house. You know I don't want him in here. You already ambushed me last week with dinner and bring this nigga up here. You got him around my kids. I didn't want him to meet him yet until I figure out how I feel about the nigga. And you have the audacity to be telling all the intimate details of my marriage. Me and you ain't even that fly. We just getting back cool. and this what you doing? Anything for a man? Now, Mama Lou, she got a thing with accountability. We talked about that last week too, you know. She kept Paul around even after knowing what happened with her daughter.
Nasty.
Nasty. Here comes your man, and I get it when your man come back. I get it. The man you actually want. And you're telling him all the business. You're not even letting he and Jax try to figure out an organic relationship because you're so busy trying to fill him in, trying to catch him up on all the things that he's missed out on. And that's not your place. And it's not fair really to either one, but a nigga gonna take what he can get. I don't mind.
Always.
If it's going to get me in here faster, then yes, give me the information because I do care about my daughter. I do want to know what she has going on. And right now, I'm not getting that from her. So yeah, Lou, I'm going to come spread it wide and lay it low. And you're going to tell me all the things. Because I already know what to do. I already know how to get what I want out of you.
That's a hell of a way to put it.
So Lou can't take that though. You know, here she was seeing her loyal daughter. I'm bragging on my daughter. But when she came and tried to check your ass, now it's I ain't one of your little friends. You ain't gonna be able to blame me for everything your whole life. No, ma, sit with that because nothing that Jax said to Lou was wrong. Here's the thing: Jax has already acknowledged her fucked up ass marriage, her poor choices for the most part. The ones in the past, not necessarily whatever she has, because we know Jack's gonna do some bullshit because it's reasonable doubt. Don't be trying to turn this out on me because I'm rightfully getting you together about my business and protecting me and my children. I don't know that nigga Eddie like that. He's not a stranger, but isn't he?
He is.
And take the 20 years, 8 years I haven't seen this nigga. A lot can happen in 8 years. And a lot can happen in 8 months. I don't know this nigga.
Right. I think Mama Lou confuses that since she knows him or thinks that she knows him, that Jax is supposed to as well. Like, yes, he's your biological father, but I don't know this nigga. Like,
she thought she knew Paul too.
Well, and that's the thing. I don't know. When it's all said and done, whenever reasonable doubt decides to, close the chapters on things, we might look back. Mama Lou might be the biggest villain out of all this. Like, Mama Lou's not a good character, like a good person. When I mean that, I don't mean she's a good character. I enjoy the character. Shout out to the one and only Pauletta Washington. What I mean is Mama Lou as a person is not a good person. There's a lot of shit that. If this was go ahead.
She's very childish. Mama Lou has probably experienced her own level of sexual, physical abuse. And so part of her is stuck there. And then that also speaks to why she's so male-centered in this, and the third. She got some shit to her.
That's true. And that's usually how it works. I just always I don't know. It's part of it, I think, is because it is Pauletta Washington. Like, you know what I mean? And she just seems like somebody you just like and you just want to like. But if this was
Lynn Whitfield,
if this was Debbie Morgan, Debbie Morgan playing Jack's mama, I think we would dislike Jax a lot more. Not because Debbie Morgan isn't likable, but she just, I think you get out of the.
You would dislike Jax or Lou more?
Mama Lou. I think we have a whole different conversation about Mama Lou. I think we spare her because of who's playing her.
I'm not.
I mean, in general, it's like the overall conversation. She's not a good person. Like, she's done a lot of foul shit. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's sparing her. You might be.
I don't. Maybe you might be right. I just don't see enough chatter around Mama Lou as we should. That's probably the best way to say it.
Yeah.
Like, Mama Lou be on some trash.
She does.
Now, as soon as I say that, I want to turn around and mention that she did kind of bring up the fact that Jack's like, hey, you need to talk to your dad.
Mm-hmm.
He calling you for a reason. And obviously, Autumn says it as well. So Dr. Owens, as
Mm-hmm.
they're getting ready for another girls' dinner, they're talking about Ozzie, and she mentions something to Jax about addiction. And I'm sure you dealt with that with your dad. She said,
Mm-hmm.
we talk. We don't really talk about that. She said, hey, man, maybe that'll help.
Yeah.
Not just you personally, but maybe even with the case. It might give you
Mhm.
some better insight on the things or into things. And we see Jax leave that dinner and pull up on Big Eddie. Rachel was not there, so Eddie had the place to himself. And we see him living a musician life. He ain't expecting no company. Actually, kind of shocked when the doors knocked on.
Yeah.
Like, who is it? Cleans up the pizza boxes, has Jax come in, which I'm sure a moment he's been dreaming about for quite some time. Just some one-on-one time with his daughter. Cracks jokes for Lewis. Surprised he even making any money. Hey, we ain't about to do that. Respect my husband. Respect our wishes. Don't pull up unannounced. The same way you did, you mean.
She acts just like her
Don't pull
daddy. I told y'all.
You said it. They're the same person. Don't pull up unannounced. Don't come to the crib. But she really wanted to get into who he was and what his addiction was like and why he started it. And Eddie was open. That's the one thing I will say about Eddie, even with last week's scenario with the kids and spilling information, Eddie seems very authentic to me. And I don't see him trying, there's no gimmick or rule. I genuinely believe he just wants to get close to Jackson.
Yeah.
And you know, this is what was going on. Like I'm in the show business, and not saying that that's solely a reason, but it's easier to access. Like a cigarette turns into a joint turns into a line, so on and so forth. It's pretty much how this thing works. And he said something interesting to Jax. She asked him, where does he get it? Anywhere. It's everywhere. Agents, enablers are more interested in you broken than whole.
For sure.
And that's something that she really, really thought about, especially when it came to the Monica of it all. And just the Ozzie business in general. Anybody who has something to gain from Ozzie has no reason to see him sober because it's not going to help their cause. It's going to make him more clear and open-minded. Obviously, Lewis pulls up and sees Jax leaving Eddie's. How do you think that's going to play out, Rachel? Obviously, you can't say anything, right? Because why are you over Eddie's crib? But do you think that comes out eventually throughout these last 5 episodes of the season?
It's got to.
Yeah.
It's got to. Maybe Jax sees the pictures, something to that effect. But it's got to. He wouldn't see her. They wouldn't show it if it doesn't. If they do, that would be a misstep. But
that's real.
It's got to come out.
Similar to the Daniel of it all. Daniel, that's going to be the worst one.
That's going to be the worst one.
Wow.
He's going to get fired. Lewis might not.
I think Kristen going to like play Daniel.
Oh, for sure.
Make up some shit.
For sure. That's why she's manipulating him with the sex. For sure. Sometimes you got to use what you got to get what you want. Shout out to Players Club. So here they are. It's all a mess. I'm very interested to see what the rest of this season unfolds for us all. I would like to see some more Spencer. I think that next week is gonna pick it up for the rest of the season. But I'm excited. You got any other final thoughts on everybody?
That's it. Back half of the season coming next week. So things are going to pick up. I think this was the last kind of, I don't know, non-consequential episode.
For sure.
We're putting the pieces together, but I think everything's gearing up. I have more questions than answers, which usually doesn't happen this time of the season.
Yeah.
I'm usually kind of settled in, have a good idea of what's going on, but there is so much more, especially with this trial, because everything that the prosecution has done has been a dud. So I gotta know what it is, what's gonna change in the tide to make things look shaky for Ozzie.
Yeah,
and there's so many questions that we have and all that.
Something's definitely gonna happen. This was a very light Bill episode. We only got him
in court.
7 words in court. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot about the Bill of it all. We're due for a check-in with the partners.
We're due for a check-in with the partners. That'll probably happen. We do for a check-in with Kendra and them kids. So I'm excited to see what the rest of the season looks like for everybody.
You're right. All right. I think that's it, Rachel.
I think that's it. You guys, please comment, like, subscribe, share, let us know your thoughts. We love you for watching. We love you for listening. Thank you so much. Don't try not to unalive anybody. Protect yourself. Peace.
Protect yourself, protect your neck. Peace.
Protect your neck. Oh yeah. Bye.